Good evening. This is David Lind, and you're with me for a very cold Sunday edition of Coffee Talk, number 554. It is right at 7 p.m. Central Time on Sunday. This is January the 25th, 2026, and we've got some really good topics lined up for this evening. To start, I've been chewing some of this little MRE gum that they put in MREs. Yes, I did menu number 4 today. Tried to upload it earlier, and it loaded about half of it, and it stopped, and it just stopped loading. So I don't know what the deal is with that, but I'll try to reload it again, and when I get it uploaded, I'll put it out. It's a very good. I've watched it through once after I got it edited and watched it, and it's a good review. I've got my bloopers in there, my boo-boos. I didn't erase them, but it's a good review. It's just a little bit long, and for those of you who enjoy all the details, it's plenty of details. I'm drinking some coffee from Speedy Stop. It is the Texas Pecan coffee, and I'm using Carnation Instant Creamer with it, the original stuff. Good stuff. Good stuff, good stuff. Well, let's see. Oh, we got a bunch of people and a bunch of likes. Let's see who all's in here now. Golly, geez. They have been yapping nonstop. Let me go through the list. Uncle Al died Bullfrog 79. Hello, Uncle Al. You get me started on a monologue and I forget everything else. KP Heathen, my friend, how's it going? And Gary, hello, Gary. Thank you for coming. I tell you what, Gary's got a real good sense of humor, and he's okay with teasing. Jack Stacks, hello, Jack. I tell you what, I've looked at some of Jack's content. I truly enjoy it. I wish I had time to enjoy it on a regular basis, but he puts out really good content. I recommend him. And Marie Angel, my angelic friend from the UK. Everybody's saying hello. Melinda Elliott, how you doing? And Julian, how you going, Julian? Anna, sorry, Juliana. I am sorry. I'm very bad with pronunciations. Martin. Comes sometimes from being blind. I have to really look repeatedly. Vogue. VLOG. I am just a blind bat. 10 in the house and 10 likes. Well, whenever, and I need to send him a text message, but I got Scott's goodie box mailed off yesterday. He should be receiving it this Thursday. He goes by SD South Dakota Mountain Man, and he was my subscriber winner for my last giveaway. I am starting to think about the next giveaway because I'm just about halfway there. I am back to growing again, thank the Lord. Was a while there where I wasn't growing and certain people got way ahead of me, and now I'm back picking up some subscribers, so I'm a lot happier camper when it comes to that. The other thing is, Aaron Bankfield Church. Hello, thank you for coming. I'm back to picking up subscribers, so it makes me a little bit happier. So I did menu number 4. It's all empty. I did menu number 4, which is my favorite. It's the spaghetti with meat sauce. Today, it's an Ameriqual. There are 3 companies that make the U.S. MREs. Ameriqual and God, there goes the mind. I just went blank. Sapaco, and the third one is Warnick. Wow, not what it used to be. I used to have a mind like a steel trap. Now I'm just getting by. Mom of 4 boys, how are you doing, Rachel? Ate the cobwebs. No, Uncle Al, I washed it off, dried it off, and then I used it for the review. There were no cobwebs, so maybe a little bit of dust. The only cobwebs is up here in my brain sometimes. Yoda's Blessed Life. Hello, my friend. How are you doing, Dave? You know, uh, Dave and I send each other text messages, and where am I at as far as numbers? And then he'll text back, and it's like, okay, well, I picked up 2 or 3, and he picked up, 100. And that's on a daily basis. I'm happy when I pick up 3 or 4 new friends on a day. And oftentimes he picks up over 100. I mean, it's just, he's blessed. It truly is. He truly does have a blessed life. Uncle L's at 2702. 2243, I think, was the last I was at. I think I was at 2243. I have been told that I should be at 2,500 by Easter and maybe 3,000 by summer. I don't know about that. I don't know. I am drinking coffee. Uncle Al's been talking about when he hits 5,000, he's gonna have one hell of a subscriber giveaway. He's got a big machete and some really nice, fairly expensive stuff that he's planning on giving out. I do mine every 100, so it's like when I do 100 new 100 subscriber giveaway, between what I put in the box and in the postage, is usually over $100. Like postage to Scott was like just under $20. The box I just sent him. And if you want to see what was in that box, look at that subscriber giveaway. It's a couple of videos back, or it might be the last one. I don't remember, but it's you won't have a hard time finding it. Traveling White Comb. Hello, Traveling White Comb. Let's see. All right, Traveling White Comb, you are now a standard moderator on my channel. Welcome. Please leave a like if you have not done so. My cost for admission is very modest. I just ask people to leave likes and leave nice comments on my stuff. I can smell the fireplace burning out in our den. My wife has the fireplace going. "1:09 a.m. in England." Yes, they're up late, quite late over there. I'm enjoying my coffee. Oh, and I had showed this picture last couple of days. This is 6 weeks, about 6 weeks old, my first grandchild, Ulysses. His middle name is Henry. He's not cursed with the David. All my ancestors, every generation, it's David's. You know, David Odom, David Odom, David Odom, David Odom. Which is nothing wrong with that. How are you doing, Rachel? Melinda? -3 where you're at? Well, God bless you. I went out this afternoon. It was about 30. About 3 o'clock this afternoon. So I'd take a drive. I was going to go down and get a custom burger. They closed at 3 o'clock, so I said, damn. Got there about 3:15. So I rolled around and I wound up going to Whataburger, and I had one of those sweet and spicy double meats. French fries. Brought my wife a Fanta Red. She likes Fanta Reds. I brought her a Fanta Red, and I'm drinking I drank coffee with mine. And I'm drinking more coffee. I'm a big coffee drinker. My version of a soft drink. However, there was a cranberry grape beverage stick in that MRE. It really tasted good. It was no sugar. Small little stick. You know, whenever it's one that's got sugar in it, it's a big stick because that sugar takes up a lot of space. So it was a diet one, which is what I gotta drink with my blood sugar. Monster energy drink. Oh, those are not good for you, Dave. Those are not good for you. I don't drink stuff like that. I never have. I don't even think I know what one would taste like. No, I don't do that. Every once in a while, I'll drink a Coke Zero or a Diet Pepsi or a Pepsi Zero or a Diet Coke. You know, I drink diet sodas now. But I don't drink them very much. Very little do I drink them. We are 14 minutes into the live stream, 12 in the house, 14 likes. So tomorrow I will be off. It is a bad weather day. Pre-retirement days. Hello, Betty. Thank you for coming. Betty was going by pre-retirement days, comfort food, and more, I think, is what it was. I know it was comfort food. So she shortened it to pre-retirement. Well, thank you for being a member. That's new. I've never seen that happen before. just popped up on my screen. I guess now it shows when somebody subscribes. I don't know. But that's a new feature. They're always coming up with new stuff. My channel is monetized. I don't do I don't do memberships. I don't ask people for money. I don't do super chats or any of that. My money that I will get when I get a check from YouTube is basically for ads. People who run my ads, or they put ads on there. Um, I've seen some of the ads that they started running on my stuff, because I'll sometimes look at something. I'm using my second channel, and I'll go to one of my, to look at something, and it'll stop and it'll have an ad, because I don't have premium. I just basically have the regular YouTube. And the ads used to be, the ads were embarrassing. They'd be like Geritol and ARP and all that crap, for the senior citizens. And now they more active type ads. And I don't have anything to say about them picking those out or anything. The Rab, how you doing, Peter? The Rab won. Uh, 11 in the house and 16 likes. We are at about 17 minutes, just about, so we can start on some topics. David, look above. I don't know. Look above. Well, it says member. What in the heck? Oh, it says top fans. Mom of 4 boys, Gary, Yoda, Miss Ann, Aaron, Banfield Church, and Marie, Juliana, Die Bullfrog 79, Traveling Whitecombs, KP Heathen, Jack Stacks, The Rab, Melinda Elliott, Pre-Retirement Days. Basically, who's left comments. Huh. Okay, that's nice. That's nice. Nice feature. Now I have to offer members special videos. I've got one if I can get it loaded up. I did MRE menu number 4, working my way through case A. And I did that one today, and the bloody thing's about 30 minutes long, edited. But I mean, I didn't cut out, I showed everything. I did minimal edits, and it basically shows me doing the prep of everything, doing the, eating the food, talking. And it's got nice close-ups on the various components and various things as I'm dealing with it. So that's something I'll be loading up when I can get the thing to load. And I don't do, I feel like my content doesn't deserve people. I don't ask people to pay me anything. I have a good salary. I have retirement, and I also have a good salary at work. So I don't need to ask people for money. I give back to people who support me. I send them stuff, no obligation. Just I notice people who are very consistently supportive of my content, that come to my streams, that watch my videos, that comment on my shorts, and that seem to care about my content. And I, after a period of time, I reward them. I don't have to, but I choose to. And I don't expect anything in return except continue to, support my content and leave likes and comments. And, that's if I never get a dime from YouTube, and they owe me a little over $100 now, they owe me about $102, and I figure I'll get a PayPal notification or some mess, in the near future. I understand they pay around the middle of the month, so it'll probably be the middle of this next month before I get paid, and then they'll probably owe me about $107 or $8, and it's the first check I will have, or first money I will have gotten from them. It is what it is. So, most of the content of topics today that I'm going to be going through are compliments of my friend and mentor, Alan Sato, Diboprol 79. He goes by Uncle Al. He puts out very good content. He is a very intelligent man. He is very knowledgeable about old school preparedness, survivalism. He doesn't like to call himself a prepper, but he is prepared. He believes in being prepared, and he has sent me a lot of good material. And the material I'll be going over this evening is stuff. Matter of fact, he was sending me material right before the stream, and I didn't get to see the last of it, but I did get most of it. So let's get going and see where we're at on this. Michaela Missick, how are you doing? And Pat Bethia. Hello, Pat. Thank you for being here, and thank you for coming in, Michaela. And Benja Reyes. Let's see. All right, Ben, you're now a standard moderator on my channel. Welcome. All right, so let's go ahead and start with happy topic number 9. You Suck at Preparedness series. Most normies, sheeple, YouTube preppers live in modern houses, lack the laws of thermal, mass, and energy. In simple terms, well, Enrique's got it in the 40s. Man, it's really winter for you down there. It was 30 here this afternoon. It'll be in the mid-20s tonight. In simple terms, when the grid goes down, your house becomes an oven or icebox. You and your family die in front of wrong kind of fireplace or wood stove. No, I've got a wood-burning fireplace. It heats the area. Smells a little bit, you smell the flame, the wood, the firewood and everything. You smell it, but it'll keep the house warm. Again, the laws of thermodynamics, not rocket science. Mass and installation is your friend. Back in the days, a home would have several fireplaces. A decent home, built home, would have a fireplace in the kitchen. They'd use that big, huge fireplace, and they'd basically use that for cooking and such. There'd be a fireplace in the main hall area, center mass of the building, and perhaps in your master bedroom. Oftentimes, depending on your home, you'd have a fireplace on each end of it. And when you had those fires going properly, they'd keep the place warm. And you had some insulation, so the cold didn't just seep through. Now the new stuff, with all the little cardboard, uh, you're in a bad way. Depending on where you live, you're in a bad way on that one. You really are. Gotta think about that. Gotta think about that. Yeah, essential workers. You're from Virginia. Well, God bless you, Michaela. Smart to stay in. It is smart to stay in. We are 26 minutes into the live stream, 9 in the house, 18 likes. Most houses were built in the 40s and 50s. Studs, tar paper, chicken wire, sheets, stucco, and plasterboards. No insulation, no cover. Heated pipes. Gas and electricity was cheap. And central heating and air conditioning was coming in. Yeah, that's when they were first getting that technology. Central heat came in first, and then you got central air. I can remember my parents' home when I was a little boy, before we moved into the larger place. It had been retrofitted with central heat. We had window units for AC during the summer, but we did have central heat. And back in the 60s, that home was built in the mid 50s, I believe. "18 inches of snow." Well, that's a lot. My daughter sent me some pictures. I may upload a few of them. It's snowing up in Fort Worth where she's at. And she was out, she and her husband were out, and they were taking pictures. Really nice pictures. The snow's beautiful. But they're just walking around the campus. They live on campus. They've got campus apartment, and campus housing. He's in school up there. Orange, New Jersey. God bless them. Well, Enrique, that it is what it is. Cinder block. They're very solid. I'll say that they're very solid. I mean, the construction. I, you know, used to love going across the border and I'd see them building, and I mean that stuff was like bulletproof. Maybe not, but look bulletproof. Just really hardcore, solid construction. And yeah, yeah. And who would ever think that Enrique Trevino was Hispanic? And Enrique has won too. Man, he's been with me for a long time, and he never won, never won, never won, never won, never won. Then he won, and then he won again. you know. Um, yeah, yeah, I hear you. Solar, AI, Gemini. I tell you what, Uncle Al, trying to upload a 30-minute, it got about halfway through and just froze up on me. and it said I had internet signal. So I went to something else, and they said, "Oh, you have to keep it. You have to keep it up. It stopped the load. You have to keep it on that. You can't go to something else and expect it to still be loading up." So I'll try to reload it tonight, overnight. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Um. Okay, you are stuck in a brick. To insulate has to be a foot deep. A foot deep. Shit. Um, 50 Wonder Brick houses only has maybe one or two bricks in the front and back. If looks like a brick house, well, you know, it's a brick exterior. It's a brick siding. They brick it up. It's brick. I've got a fully brick home, but it's just one layer of brick. You know, but it's four-sided brick. And that's the way my house was built back in the '60s. It's well constructed. It's good, solid construction. You know, using your fireplace or wood stove, heat 5 bricks near the fire to pick up thermal energy. Yeah, I've seen that where you have a big stone or a big rock or a brick and you heat it and then it maintains heat and you can basically move it over and it'll still be putting out heat for an extended period of time. Place 5 hot bricks in a metal bucket, 6 gallons, with a lid. Make sure you have an inch of sand on the bottom of the bucket. This method works in small rooms as a heat source, but make sure the bucket is on a layer of brick. Does not burn the floor. That's true. That's a good idea, Uncle Al. Cover a window with storm windows or plastic wrap. Chalk all cracks and leaks in the window's frame. Uncle Al dirty secret survival trick is to cover the windows with moving blankets from Harbor Freight. It adds an insulation. It does. It does. Prevent drafts and acts like a blackout curtain. No light or heat escape. Total darkness outside and grid down scenarios. Light and heat are your enemy. Tells looters and raiders that you have power. Set up a small tent in a room with a bucket heater or fireplace. In the past, beds had curtains and overhead canopies. We got a canopy above our master, our master above our king size bed. We do have a canopy. Keep body heat in. See Scrooge the movie. Wear a sleep cap to retain body heat. Uncle Al's dirty survival secret to keep warm in bed. Unlike an electric blanket or heater, I use a heating mat and a portable power station. Well, I've got several portable power stations to provide me small amounts of power for various USB charging and such. My phone, my pad, my computer, you know, lights. I do use batteried flashlights. Got several of those. This one you can stick on a cap if you choose. Always good to have battery powered radio, lights, have spare batteries. Good idea. Oh, man. Man, Enrique. Careful, you're going to get me in trouble. Somebody says something and then somebody gets pissed off and then they get mad at me. I was lamenting that. Somebody was getting on me about making ethnic comments. It's not me, it's Enrique. Get mad at him, don't get mad at me. He's got a good sense of humor. I appreciate it. Not a foot deep. Oh, Lord. Ugh. Good stuff, good stuff. Gotta laugh. Wear a sleep cap to retain body heat. Uncle Al's dirty survival secret to keep warm in bed, unlike an electric blanket or heater. Uncle Al says I use a heating mat and a portable power station. Keep the bed warm and comfortable. Second trick, Uncle Al sleeps in a sleeping bag. Well, it's good to have. I have a bunch of sleeping bags. You know, blankets, wool, all the stuff that you should have. I can remember back in the day, my father with his military GI wool blankets. He had several of them that he had from his military days. He'd wrap it over in Europe during the war. You'd be wrapped up in 2 or 3 of those suckers, wearing everything you could wear, 2 or 3 pairs of long johns, and it'd just be cold as, just, you could barely see the person's face, just you see their little eyes, the whole thing sticking out, covered head to toe. Excellent coffee. Excellent coffee. I prescribe coffee. Coffee makes life civilized. House temp is 68 during the winter. Oh, we try to keep it set about 70. About year round, try to keep things set about 70. Thermostats. Understand the law of thermodynamics. It's not rocket science. Frozen water pipes. Planter heating cables. And pool noodles. Even when the power is out, these planter heating cables used for bedding plants draw small amounts of power to heat nursery beds with cables. Wrapping pipes with cables and pool noodles saves your pipes from freezing. Even if the power is gone, a power bank will keep your pipes running. No fireplace or wood stove. Heat brick in a campfire or burner barrel. CR, how you doing, CR? Creating redundancy in the house. Thank you for stopping in, Howie. Well, actually, sorry, you're not Food Forest Permaculture. I got the name wrong. I correct myself. Thank you for coming in, CR. Horrible fire. Horrible. Horrible, 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 horrible. Use paper plates and cups to cut back on washing dishes. Burn after in barrel burner. I I I use lots of paper plates. Like when I prepare breakfast in the morning, I use paper plates. I use styrofoam cups. I use plastic cutlery. Use it and chunk it. Use it and chunk it. Minimum washing on dishes. I bake in the oven. I use a aluminum pan that's disposable, and I recycle it. Put it in the recycling bin. Remember, propane quits working at 15 degrees Fahrenheit as a fuel. Diesel, wood, and coal don't. Bad for the environment. Well, I keep hearing, well, all this excess plastics. I think that my true belief as far as the environment and such, I think we put too much trash in the environment. That's our big sin. I don't think it's, oh, well, we're burning this or we're cooking that or we're using coal or we're, burning oil or whatever, making gasoline or whatever. That's not causing the environment trouble. It's all of the trash and the plastics and such. Dumping stuff in the oceans. We've got to clean up our water sources. That's where I believe in that we really need to do something. I don't think, oh, well, we got to cut carbon emissions or whatever. They're finding that it was a couple of degrees higher back in the days before industrialization. That's what they call environmental change or, global change, weather changes. At the end of the last ice age, the Younger Dryas, right at 12,000 years ago, sea levels rose about 400 feet worldwide. That's why you've got a lot of structures and large megastructures and such that are under a couple of hundred feet of water because the civilizations that were developing at that time, and yes, we had civilization at that time. They had civilization at that time. They had maps of the whole world showing Antarctica and showing the way things looked back in the days. Don't assume that, they're finding lots of structures and stuff that was built back around that time. So, civilization didn't start 6,000 years ago. It started a lot further back. A lot further back. They're finding that out. And it is what it is. It is what it is. It is what it is. I will try. Well, I hear you. My favorite mug. But I'm just, into the wastebasket. Yeah, pots and pans still need to be cleaned if used. That's true. We have a dishwasher. Now, if the grid went down and the water went down, water is going to be very precious. So you want minimum water to wash pots and pans. Well, that is true. And that stuff's been around for hundreds of thousands of years. They found a wooden structure that was about 450,000 years old. It was like 30 feet down. So where somebody had been working wood and putting logs together, like making a log cabin. But none of that exists. Like all these stone structures that they have, but they don't have a roof. That's because they probably had a wooden roof. Wood's no longer around, but don't say it didn't have a roof over it. Had a roof, but the wood didn't last. You know, wood's not going to be around 10,000 years later, 12,000 years later, 20,000 years later. What you're going to have is you're going to have the stone. Um, so I had a few things that were left over from the white tip matches. These are really good matches. These are first strike matches. First time you strike them, they light. Little book of matches. Carry that or put that in your toilet paper. John Wayne toilet paper. I got so much of this, it's not funny. White House. Lighthouse, made in San Francisco by Lighthouse. For the blind and visually impaired. They actually do something good in San Francisco. Hard to believe these days. And a moist towelette. I got tons of these. Came in the MRE. Didn't use it. Did not use it. Most of the stuff in your MRE, like you basically can open your main sideways, and you can eat it from the Mylar pack. I jokingly said 8 pounds. I thought of Gary when I said 8. Every time I say 8 pounds, I think of Gary. It's a little joke about an 8-pound chicken. But I said 8 pounds. No, it's 8 ounces. Those mains are 8 ounces. So that spaghetti main that I ate, which tasted like Chef Boyardee spaghetti, very good, but it wasn't like top shelf. But I mean, it was good. I put some salt in it. That came with the MRE, and it was, you know, it was good. Just use that spoon that comes with it, and I got spare spoons. This is what the MRE spoon looked like. And they're good spoons, and you reuse them. You clean them, and you can reuse them. And it was a good meal. Had a it had a hot beverage in. It had a cold beverage in it. You just had to basically add the water. The FRH did not work that well. It did heat it, but it did not like just pop off and just burn a hole through everything. But it did warm the spaghetti. Came with French. It came with breadsticks. It came with breadsticks, Italian breadsticks. It came with one chocolate Pop-Tart, toaster pastry they call it. It's Pop-Tart. And it came with some osmotic raisins, which were good. It had some chunky peanut butter, and I used the chunky peanut butter with the breadsticks, and I also used it with the Pop-Tart, the toaster pastry. Did not have any jelly. Did not come with coffee. Half the MREs now don't come with coffee. Half of the menus don't come with coffee. So I basically say just add whenever you have an MRE, have a couple of coffee sticks with some whitener and some sweetener, and provide your own if that's what you want. Provide your own. Mix and match. That's what I do. Is I mix and match. I'm very big into mix and matching. Good stuff. Good stuff. Good stuff. A thermal mattress cover from Temu. Sounds comfy. I'm glad you are staying warm. Waiting for grandnephew and nieces. Uncle Al's got a lot of responsibilities. He is active in his church. He's on the board. He is involved with food bank. He does um, Bible studies, and he's a leader among his church group. He mentors people. Very active in his community. He's behind enemy lines in this socialist republic out there, California. All I keep hearing about is big corporations that are leaving California. They're leaving en masse. They're moving their headquarters. Same thing with Oregon. Same thing with the state of Washington. They are moving out of those socialist hellholes. They've got energy problems. Their cost of fuel is super, super high. Their tax rates. They're all woke beyond belief. Liberal, woke, stupid. Just they don't want to hear from a Republican because when you're that dumb, you don't want to hear any reason. You do not want to hear reason. All you want to hear is dumb. Hey, my friend. SD Mountain Man is in the house. Mama and Kata, how are you doing? I hope you're staying warm. Scott, I've been meaning to send you a text. I got your box mailed off. Expect it this coming Thursday. I need to really send you the tracking number. Finally got it mailed off, and you should get it according to them Thursday. The way the weather's running, might be Friday, might be Saturday. I don't know, but you'll get it this coming week. Scott was my subscriber winner for the latest. He is a good friend. I appreciate him. I thank him for his service to our country. He was an active duty Marine. I understand once a Marine, always a Marine. And I thank him for his service. Put cold feet on him. Well, God bless. Oh, yeah, I can remember that. My wife used to do that to me. She would do that to me. Cold feet. Ugh. So I've got to get my menu number 4 uploaded. It's about 30 minutes. God help you if you watch it. It's a good one. I've watched it. It's very thorough. And I've got my bloopers in it. I didn't come. I spilt some water into my tray, and I didn't hide that. And I had difficulty trying to get the main into the ration heater, get it all settled. That was a little blooper. I kept all that stuff in. Just went through. That's what happens when you actually do stuff. You have little things that happen, so you got to be prepared for that. They do multiple takes, and they have multiple this and multiple that, and everything's got to be absolutely perfect. Well, I just did. It's nice, nice close-ups, and you can see what it is, and I discuss it and talk about the taste and everything, and I think it was a very good review. Now I just got to get it loaded up. It did not want to load for me. It was loading very slow, and it went about halfway, and it basically just stopped. And I went to something else. And when I came back, it said, "No, you got to keep it. You can't, you can't switch into something else and allow it to. You got to just, you can't do anything with YouTube while it's loading. Just got to just let it load." So, no fake AI or bad editing. Nope, don't do that. I don't do that. 13 in the house. Oh, God bless you, Pat. I'm sure you miss your husband. May he rest in peace and be in the kingdom on Judgment Day. I hear you. I hear you. Um, so anyway, I do not have to work tomorrow. We have a inclement weather day. Um, I'm whooped. We had a rabbit squirrel hunt for charity yesterday. They do a spring goose hunt for veterans and dinners at Christmas for local families, youth fishing tournament, etc., etc. We took third. Congratulations, Scott. Sounds good. Sounds good. Well, Mama, we got extra day off. Ah, my friend. My best to Jerry. Yeah, I went out this afternoon at about 3 o'clock. It was about 30 degrees. It's going to be down low 20s in the morning. All the stuff that's not covered is taking a big hit. My wife's foliage, we got stuff in, uh, behind plastics in the greenhouse that should survive. But there's a lot of big stuff out there that, like those, 10, 12-foot tall banana plants, they're taking a big hit. Big hit. How are you doing, Howie? Food, forest, permaculture. Mm. Now, just just so everybody's aware, I have been hearing stuff that there may be another Democratic shutdown February the 1st, which is in about a week. I hope that does not happen, but the liberals are playing cutthroat politics. They think it will hurt the Republicans in the midterms, which are coming up in November, and they're trying to hurt the economy. They're trying to hurt the all the positive statistics that are going on right now, because you can argue about this, that, and the other thing, but you can't argue the fact that the economy is getting better. That there are a lot of positive things when it comes to the economy. Um, Fuel prices coming down, food prices stabilizing. Some food prices are coming down. The price of eggs coming way down from what they were. And let's just hope that everything goes without all the crap that's happening. I keep hearing stuff about the Sedition Act being invoked in Minnesota because of all the nuts up there that are trying to interfere with immigration, dealing with the criminal illegal alien population. Because there's a lot of illegal aliens. You can say, well, all illegal aliens are illegal, or all migrants that came across the border illegally and stayed, they're illegal. Well, yes, they are, but they're going after the ones that are also criminals, that have either been convicted of something other, been charged with something other, something violent, or that they've identified as, well, they were in prison in their former country and they were let out, like Maduro letting out all the criminals and all the prisoners in Venezuela, and saying, go to the United States, and they came over in waves. We read it, 20 million people came in during the Biden administration, and they're saying probably 1 million to 1.5 million actual criminals came in. So nobody should argue with trying to run off the criminals. But the thing is that they're fighting tooth and nail to keep the criminals. You're fighting for all those gangs and gangsters, Trendy and Agua and MS-13 and all the serious, murderous thugs, and you want them to be here. You want to keep them here. Oh, well, but if we can legally get them to vote, they'll vote for us. So that'll probably be a rant that'll probably be made into a short by YouTube, and you'll possibly get me uploading that tomorrow. At any rate, yeah, well, I would deport him, and I would stick his butt. I would stick him in Gitmo. I think if they have to go after that governor, the nut, Walz, or they have to go after that Frey, the mayor of Minneapolis, I'd stick them in Gitmo, and I'd forget them. They got facilities. I'd round up, Don Lemon and his all those people that went in there and violated that church, and the damn church, excuse my language for saying damn church, but the church got burned down. Forgive me, Lord. The leftist nuts wound up, and just horrible, that they go in there and they violate somebody's, they're trying to have services, and they go in there and they basically throw a big fit. Horrible. So anyway, I will be off tomorrow, but I don't plan on doing a live stream tomorrow. Yeah, my goal for this week is to try to hit a couple of shorts every day. I want to get my menu number 4 loaded up so I can let y'all see it. And I will plan on doing another live stream this coming Friday. I expect probably Tuesday morning, because of the temperature, that school will be delayed in opening, because it'll be freezing probably at 10 o'clock in the morning. So I don't know. It also depends on, traveling and such, or is there ice? But anyway, everybody, remember, when you get up in the morning, thank God for the day. Take medication. If you take your medication, drink a cup of coffee. Get focused. Say your prayers. The Lord's Prayer. The Lord gave it to us. And everybody have a blessed week. And remember, the Scout motto, the Prepper motto is be prepared. And everybody have a blessed day. And hopefully we'll see you. We'll see you on the next one. Enjoyed it. It was a very good one. Bye-bye. Take it easy.